Hey guys, so this is my vlog for February 9th and one of my day two, giving up weed, giving up intoxication, gonna live a sober existence, but I smoked a cigarette today. I ran into somebody and I only smoked half, but I just feel so gross and I really need to work on my self-control and really try and do this thing properly. In this human body, this body with good intelligence, I truly believe it's my duty to purify my existence, to be well self-controlled, and to just become a stronger, better man. And, I haven't worked for a long time. I broke my foot, and I've just been really lazy. And I think that's all being part of the weed that I was smoking. And it just causes so much anxiety, not only to me, but the people around me. And I just can't be part of that anymore. After studying Vedic literatures and Prabhupada books, it's no intoxication is a pillar to a spiritual growth and spiritual life and self-control and purify your existence. So I'm really making an effort this time. I'm not fooling around this time. I have a window of opportunity here. A couple of my other friends are quitting same time. We're all getting older, and we just got to beat this addiction. We are our addictions. I was watching some Gabor Mate. I don't know if anybody knows who he is, but he's this kind of addiction counselor on the Lower East Side in Vancouver. And yesterday I watched a video and he said the contortions we put ourselves through just to escape reality for a little while, and that's so true. You plan your whole life around the weed or the alcohol. I managed to get sober from alcohol 5 years in March by the grace of the Alcoholics Anonymous program. But I was I had the marijuana maintenance program, and I just couldn't get sober. So coming into self-knowledge, in the big book it says, we have a malady, and the prescription to that malady is self-knowledge and self-control. So I'm really going to try and, make something of myself this time. I'm going to actually get some real time up sobriety, just clear my consciousness, become that crystallized rock. I love the analogy that, among all this material pressure, to drink and use and smoke and all this, if I can resist all that, then I purify my consciousness. Under inconceivable pressure, a rock crystallizes, and I believe I can do the same with my consciousness. But it's going to require me to become self-controlled and to give up intoxication, to give up illicit sex, to give up meat eating, and to not gamble. Those are the 4 pillars of spiritual life. And if I can control myself in that area, in those areas, how can you argue that there's no benefit to that, So it's kind of a scientific, strategy, and people might chuckle when they hear the word science kind of bundled in with religion or self-realization. Well, here's a hypothesis. A man learns self-control and controls himself. The hypothesis that he doesn't completely destroy and destruct his surroundings and his life and the people around him. And that just makes sense. How can you argue that's not science? So another thing I read in the Bhagavad Gita was, I just had it in my mind, it floated away. But I just got to do a little bit every day. Read some more, I'm too scatterbrained with the Facebook every day still, but, I'm calling my friends, talking to them about it. I got the real desire, the real drive to actually quit today and go through this miserable, wrathful, irritable, anxiety-ridden withdrawal. I mean, it affects everybody differently, but I mean, when you're crawling around on your bottom because it's so soft, with the weed, it's hard to get back up on your feet. And so I'm just going to be making vlogs and videos every day as I go through this so I can gauge my spiritual progress, and maybe somebody stumbles across this video, they can watch it and maybe say, hey, this guy's on to something, I'm struggling through this too. I posted something on the Yak about quitting weed, and most people were really supportive. And, one guy commented, of some of the withdrawals were throwing up. And then another guy commented, like, come on, guys, it's weed. Like, just kind of downplaying. But you know what? The weed is, like, really strong these days. I mean, it's something else. It's not just a mild plant. It's, with these words like green crack, they call it, and kush and all these things. I mean, it can really just disrupt one's life and cause them anxiety. I mean, when I broke my foot, I had just smoked a joint, and I was walking through the alley full of ice, and I kind of just felt like, I possibly could have slipped on because I just wasn't paying attention because I was impaired walking, and I'm going on, 6 or 7 weeks now, and I still can't walk 100%, so, well, I got some Yak Tracks, some super ice spikes for my boots, so I can walk around now, and because ice is treacherous, you got to be really careful, and in the city I live in, there's just ice everywhere, you can't avoid it. So, this is just a progress video. We're just going to blab a bit. If you're watching this, give me a like, give me a subscribe, leave me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. I found a really nice Holy Bible today. It's a really old one. So, I love it in the Bhagavad Gita, where Prabhupada says, the best prescription for the mad mind is to study the pastimes of the Lord. And I couldn't agree. This is the age of irreligion, and hypocrisy and greed and all these not so nice characteristics, I like this book by Chris Hedges. I don't believe in atheists. I just don't, So I'm trying to cultivate my relationship with God. In this day and age, people don't want to take any information of the soul, of the transmigration of the soul, of God, of our relationship with God, of why we're put into this miserable material condition. This is one of Prabhupada's lectures. And I believe that there's a science, to understand yourself, to beat all your addictions, and to break free from this material conditioning. And it is self-knowledge, self-realization, study, understand the civilizations before us, apprenticeship, learning about the material creation and all these things. So, I'm just trying to make the best bet out of a bad bargain. And I think some of my videos are getting a little redundant. If you watch yesterday's, kind of describing the same thing. But I'm not really doing this for anybody. I'm just doing it for myself. And make a diary, make a log, make a journal. And if somebody else gets some benefit from it, very good. But I don't know, I'm at 9.5 minutes. I make these videos 10 minutes long. So, yeah, I hope you took some benefit from it. I read Prabhupada's books, Bhagavad Gita, so much useful information in there. Learn about Lord Chaitanya, and self-realize your own soul. Alright, that's it. Have a good day.